welcome to the show. We at Trucking Life welcome you all. Now, pull that rig over, hit the head, grab a drink and snack, settle in, and let's get this show on the road. And now, your host.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live with Trucking Life. I am Angela, and I'm going to do my best not to hack up a lung. All right. So I am still in California tonight and getting better, but obviously you can hear I'm a little bit hoarse. So we're going to do the best we can tonight. Okay. We're going to continue celebrating Pride Month. And our show on Sunday, we had some great guests. We are trying to get Bobby back in. He's having a little bit of issues with his signal. But in the meantime, we have another person from his organization. We have Denise, and she's going to come on here and talk to me tonight. How are you doing, Denise?
I'm doing good, Angela. You're in California and I'm in Florida, so we've got the coast-to-coast coverage.
That's right. We've got East Coast to West Coast.
Love it.
Yep. So now tell me, because we were trying to get Bobby in, you are wonderful in coming in last minute, but please give me your title with the organization and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm the Senior Diversity Officer with the LGBTQ Truck Driver Network. Disclaimer, I'm not a truck driver, but I am the advocate for the entire community and now for the truck driving industry as well, the transportation industry. So I know Bobby loved being on the show. We loved watching him when he was here. But he's in a part of the country right now where he's just not getting a good signal. And so last minute he's scrambling, and here I am.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I know it's us drivers know that feeling. We know it's me, trying to scramble and find a good parking place.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. You're not a driver. You said that, but tell me a little bit about.
Well, I'm not a driver, and I am a transgender woman, so that's my credentials, if you will, for being in the LGBTQ community. I am, believe it or not, a retired law enforcement officer from Colorado.
Okay.
I am a combat veteran from the Air Force, also as military police. So I'm the bad guy. I'm the one that always gave the speeding tickets and harassed the truck drivers. I guess I say that in a good-natured way.
Yes.
But since my time from all of that, I've just become this huge advocate for the LGBTQ community now, where I live in Florida. And I teamed up with Bobby and Ricky, his husband, and the whole other a group of wonderful people that we have out there in the transportation industry. And I make a joke that I'm just the grouchy old trans lady that's just tired of everybody's BS. So I will stand up and fight for everybody.
There you go. I love it. So I have a couple of questions. And in an effort to educate people. Okay. So my first question is, why do we need a Pride Month? Why do we need to celebrate this?
Why not? I so I know you want much more than that. Um, a lot of people don't realize or don't remember that Pride really started out as a protest, as a riot, if you will, fighting for and bringing to light the equal rights that our community is still struggling for today.
Hmm.
I've faced a lot of people saying, "Well, why do you need special rights?" No, I don't need any special rights. I want the same rights every other American has. I want to live in secure housing. I want to go to work and do my job, and I want to go shopping in the stores, and I just want to live my life like everyone else. But there are so many in society who, because I'm not like them, and
Yeah.
so I'm looked down on, and it's like, oh no, we refuse the right to serve anybody in our establishment, and we don't want your kind here. And I can remember going to job interviews, um, and I had gone so many times to the same place to interview that they even asked me, "Haven't we interviewed you before?" And I'm like, "Well, yes, you have." "Well, how come we haven't hired you?" And I just looked at him and I said, "Well, it's a good question. Why haven't you hired me?" And then he looks at my resume a little closer and he's like, "Okay, I see. Okay, I see." And then, "Thank you. We'll get back to you." Well, of course, I never heard from him again. And
Yeah.
and at that point, that was the straw breaking my back, and i'm I don't have a strong back anymore like I used to. So that's when I just became this advocate for our community and said, "Listen, we're just people like anyone else. Why do we need a Pride Month?" Well, it's to, number one, celebrate who we are, um, uh, all of us coming together, all of society, um, and it's a way to keep the message moving forward that we're here and we're not hiding from you, and we just want to be treated like everyone else. That's all. Nothing special.
Yeah.
That's
I love
it.
and I love that. So, I had one more question, and actually, I'm really glad because we originally what Caleb was going to come back on, and Caleb was on our show on Sunday, and so I have a question about pronouns because I'm as an ignorant straight white 50-year-old female that explain to me the importance of pronouns and how do I know? How am I to know what you prefer? Is it okay to ask you? Is it something that I should assume? What can you tell me about that?
So with the pronouns, um, first of all, my lovely, sexy phone voice, as I call it, which I just hate. I hate my voice,
I,
um, but and so many other things. I mean, I don't have a problem in society. I blend into society as the woman that I am, and very, very seldom am I called sir or anything along those kinds of lines. But that was not always the case, um, and it's just very hard. Pronouns. Uh, to me, you call me anything other than she or her or Denise or anything along the feminine spectrum, I'm going to correct you real quick.
mhm.
I'm not any of these other derogatory words that are out there regarding the transgender community. Um, for our younger people, even for the transgender community, for example, that somebody brand new transitioning and just coming out, maybe they haven't gotten their hair hasn't grown out yet. I get told all the time, "You're 63, you need to cut your hair," and it's like, no, I am never cutting my hair again.
Too hard for that.
I don't need that high and tight that I had for so many years.
Yeah.
Um, so for somebody who perhaps is not as well along in their transition as they would like, it can be confusing. It looks like, maybe it looks like a guy, the proverbial guy in a dress.
Uh-huh.
But they're working on their transitioning, so you should respect that and address them. There's nothing wrong with asking them what's your favorite, what's the pronouns that you prefer or that you go by. Um, for me, it's very easy. It's she and her and that type of thing. Or, to the men, it's he and him. Um, Quite honestly, those that are using the they and them and some of these other words, I still struggle with that, quite honestly, just like everyone else does. So I can't really see. I'm 63 and I don't know. I'm not as well equipped on the new versions of the
Yeah.
LGBTQ community, and I know that there are a whole lot of other letters that go after LGBTQ, but that's where we stop and put the plus sign, and that it just indicates, everybody else. We are all about people and
Mm,
just treating everybody as people. We don't
yeah.
care of your sexuality, your gender identity. We don't care about your color or we care about, are you good people? That's
Yes.
that's it. To us, to me, it's real easy. You're either a good people or you're not.
Exactly. I agree
I
with
don't
that.
have time for bad people. I just don't have time.
No, I agree with that. So it's really good to know that I'm not the only one who struggles with those things. Thank you.
Well,
See,
you're very welcome.
now I'm included because I know I'm not the only one who struggles with this.
No, but see, if you are a member of the community as well too, we consider you family. You know why? Simply because you're a good person, you're an ally to the community. You don't have to be LGBTQ or plus or anything else. You're just human and you're a good person, so you fit in. To us,
Yes.
it's that simple.
So I think you brought up a good point. In that you use the term man in a dress. Okay.
Yes,
And I wanted to address that because I think again, in an effort of education and helping, the rest of society understand why this is so important. Um the proverbial man in a dress, he's struggling also. And so for us as, cisgender, eh, what the hell, go talk to him, find out what he's doing, find out what's going on, find out if he would like to be addressed as her, ask. And I think that that's the scariest part
it
is
is.
ask.
It is because several reasons. People are just afraid of offending somebody else.
Yeah,
I get that. People are naturally afraid of things that they don't know about or they don't understand. And it's so much easier for people to just stand back and giggle and laugh
yeah,
than it is to take a minute and say, "Hi, my name is Denise. What's your name?"
yeah,
And I don't even focus on the pronouns because if you're going to tell me your name, then that's how I'm going to address you and refer to you. If
yeah,
you tell me your name is Sue and you have a dress on, I'm going to make an assumption you're probably working on female. And
yes,
so I'm going to go with that. If you have an androgynous look about you and you tell me your name is Sue and I still don't kind of get it from there, then I might ask, so Sue, what pronouns do you go by? Um, and then I just take it from there. But I'm a very outgoing person. I got no qualms having a conversation with anybody about anything, and I know that a good portion of society is not like that. They just assume stand back and giggle because it looks funny to them. But to me, they're just showing their ignorance is
E-
all.
e-
And And if you don't want to learn and get educated, well, I can't force you.
It's a choice. It's a choice to remain uneducated. It's a choice to continue your ignorant attitude. Okay. And I don't think that I'm not going to judge someone who chooses that, but I'm going to be wary.
Sure.
You want to stay that way, go right ahead. You live your life. I'm going to live mine. But I already know we're not going to have this conversation.
And unfortunately, so many of our community is assaulted uh,
Yeah.
at truck stops. The bathrooms, for the life of me, I do not understand this bathroom issue. Uh,
Yeah.
I I have never had a problem. I go into the bathroom, I tend to business, I wash my hands, and I leave. And
Yeah.
it's that simple. I don't know. Maybe if there was the man in a dress with a beard standing at a urinal in a men's room. Number one, I would applaud them for their courage to do that. But
Yeah.
number two, I would have to look at them a little bit and go, okay, you're kind of inviting maybe some trouble here. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when I come back, I'm going to read an article about what President Biden did today.
No,
So,
okay, good.
okay. All right. We'll be right back. Thanks, everybody.
Howdy, mother truckers. Are you ready for a new literary adventure about life on the road but don't know where to start? Well, let this old road dog drop a recommendation for you. Mother Trucker, Because It's Never Too Late, is the story of a woman named Sandy, who's starting a new trucking career after decades of corporate life. Author Missy Rickman invites you to come laugh along with Sandy and her new friends' misadventures as they learn and grow on America's highways. Join readers from around the world, from California to Florida, from Okinawa, Japan, and even the Dignity Statue in South Dakota, and all parts in between. Mother Trucker is available now, online, at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, MotherTruckerTheBook.com, and wherever fine books are sold. Don't miss out. Order yours today while supplies last, and we'll see you out on the road, Mother Trucker.
I love that.
Yeah, I was smiling at it. I liked it too.
Squeeze Mother Trucker in there so many times. So, all right, I'm going to read an article, and like I said at the beginning, we have not had really any time to talk and prepare for this. So, Denise is going to be hearing this article pretty much for the very first time, and I would like to get your thoughts on it after, if you have any. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Biden signs executive order to address conversion therapy, anti-LGBTQ bills. President Joe Biden on Wednesday signed an executive order aimed at supporting members of the LGBTQ plus community whose rights, he said, are increasingly under attack. Quote, "My message to all the young people is just be you," Biden said at a rainbow-colored White House event that was part of celebrating Pride Month. "I want you to know that as your president, all of us on this stage here have your back," end quote. Biden was introduced by Javier Gomez, an 18-year-old Floridian who helped organize statewide student walkouts over the parental rights and education law that was signed by Florida Governor DeSantis in March. Dubbed, quote, the "don't say gay" by critics, end quote. The legislation bans teachers from discussing sexual orientation or gender identity between kindergarten and third grade. Gomez says that the hateful legislation means students won't be able to get the kind of support he received from a fifth grade teacher when he was trying to understand his own identity. At least 20 states have passed measures involving gender affirming healthcare, sports participation, or discussion of LGBTQ issues in schools. Jenny Pizer, acting chief legal officer for Lambda Legal, said that Biden's actions clarify what actions are not allowed and demonstrates that the administration is paying attention to laws like Florida's and to a state order in Texas to investigate families of transgender children who receive gender confirming medical care. Quote, having additional clarity from the federal government and the attention of the federal government can reinforce to the states that discriminatory targeting of transgender young people and their families is unlawful. The order also encourages the FTC to consider whether so-called conversion therapy constitutes an unfair, deceptive practice and whether to issue consumer warnings on services about it. Biden is also calling on the Department of Education to release a sample school policy for achieving full inclusion for LGBTQ students. In an effort to address mental health in LGBTQ youth, Biden will expand access to suicide prevention resources. He is also launching a new initiative through executive order to address discrimination and barriers that LGBTQ children and parents face in foster care. So there's a little bit more, but it's all, technicalities and not really any more info. We know that Biden is a supporter of LGBTQ issues. What do you feel about this? What do you think about this, Denise? Is this a good thing?
As far as Biden being supportive of the community, absolutely, absolutely. This past administration tore down all of the achievements that our community had, received, had finally gotten throughout the years and years and years of lobbying and struggles and everything. Right, this past administration just destroyed it. So to have an administration coming back, it's going to take us another decade to restore the things that were taken away from us that we had finally gotten. If you want to talk about DeSantis and what's going on here in Florida, girl, we're going to need a whole new show dedicated just for that, and we're going to have to put the ratings up to, this is rated R, because Denise doesn't have a filter, and I got no use for this man whatsoever. Yeah. And I live here in Florida, and I am transgender, so I can speak on all these issues.
Yes.
They are trying to address a problem that does not exist. And all they have done is made things so much worse for our community as a whole, our transgender youth, our gay youth, suicides. It's just ridiculous, and it's the religious right-wing zealot white supremacist. You're gonna get me fired up, girl. I got no use for it. No.
Okay. No, you know what? I live in Florida, and I'm definitely not in agreement with DeSantis. But we don't have to go there tonight. We can do a special, unfiltered, uncensored, let them all have it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my, Denise gets going sometimes. I put my own self in trouble.
I love that. So I'm going to bring on another guest. Thank God for your organization, because Bobby just called out all the troops. So let's bring on Jess. And I'm going to have Jess introduce. I'm going to have you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. We just had a major severe storm go through here. I wasn't sure the tornado was coming behind me, inside of me. I wasn't sure.
Oh, God.
My name is Jess Orton. I am from Michigan, and I am the social media director for the LGBTQ plus Truck Driver Network. All the things that you see out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, some Facebook. Denise loves our Facebook page, so we do that a lot together. All that stuff. Early morning before I start driving, that is what I do. And so, if you see something that's a little not up your alley, and you're kind of arguing with somebody, it's probably me.
It's probably okay.
Um, but I love what I do, and I love working with this organization. I did not get a great start with this organization a few months back, but I am so happy to be where I am right now.
I'm glad to hear that.
I did not hear you.
Are you a
Oh, yes, I am a driver.
okay?
No, just so you know, backdrop. I drive, yes, actually for the same company that Bobby drives for.
Okay, all right. That's great. So I know that. Were you able to hear what I'm talking about the executive order today?
Kind of not so much because the lightning was kind of making everything cut in and out.
Okay, all right. Well, we won't that. So I'm gonna ask you the same question that I asked Denise earlier, and because I'd like to hear your perspective. Why a Pride Month, in your opinion?
Okay, all I know is it keeps coming up saying that somebody muted me, unmuted me. Sorry. Why do we need Pride? Is that the question?
Yes, Pride Month.
You know, I'm 40 years old, and Denise can be one of the first ones to tell you that in this group, believe it or not, I've been out since I was 27, and for the longest time I didn't know. I was like, why? I mean, it's just a bunch of pretentious, half-naked men running around in a parade, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we recently went to the Mid America Truck Show, and as we were sitting in a hotel room talking one night, I learned why we needed Pride. We need Pride because of my 16-year-old self. Because there's 16-year-olds out there that are scared to come out or scared to be who they are. And, Pride shows them that you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people out here in this world that are here to help you. We're here to talk to you. And we've got plenty of people in this organization too, Denise included, that, say, if your parents don't accept you anymore, we will. We're here, And I believe that's why we need Pride, is because it shows that you don't have to turn to super dark times, and that there is a brighter side to it.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Here that do care.
Yeah, I love that. I really believe that Pride Month means each individual, and there's a different reason, but it all come together, and let's all get together for our situation and talk about it and make sure that the youth and the next generation knows that they're not alone.
Right.
I really. So I just got a message that Bob is back. He finally got through. So
yeah, he was over here messaging me. I'm like, I got in.
Yay!
Hi guys.
Hi. Hey, I want to tell you thank you, Bobby. You called in the troops and they rallied and they have been great.
That's awesome. They're amazing people, and they're just who makes the group what it is. And without them, I couldn't do everything that I do. So it frees up a lot of time. But I actually was listening to the first part of it where you was asking about Pride Month, and so even for myself, Pride goes so much farther. Everybody instantly thinks of the LGBTQ aspect and thinks of the gay man or the lesbian or someone who's transgender. But it's even farther than that. Our community has become so diverse that I have met husband and wife teams that are out here on the road, and they're a part of this community. There are swinging couples out here. There is people that only they like to share their partners. There's all different types of aspects aspects of the community out here, and a lot of people don't realize that. They like to focus on one thing and one thing only, which is the sexual aspect, which is we're so much more than that. So much more than that. Every one of us, no matter who we are, and through the group and what we're doing, it's about just taking pride in yourself. No matter who you are inside, you don't have to answer to anyone, but be that person. I don't care if you're straight, gay, bi. I don't care if you don't know. If you don't know what you are, you know what? Then just be your best self at that moment.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid. Your family members should love you for who you are. And if you don't know, how can you explain to them yet? So there's adults, there is people coming out at 70 and 80 years old. This is not something that's just for teenagers. It's every age. Denise transitioned at a much later age in life, and hid that person within for so long. It's just so amazing to talk to people. And then, I drive down the road, and even pulling in here, someone was like, "That dude's got a pride flag on the side of his truck," and they started, the regular radio banter stuff going on, and
Word.
That
you
was a
know, and
PG-13 comment, by the way.
like,
I heard it on the radio.
and there's some things that happens, but it's just, but this is why we need pride. It's education. It's education. It's resources that we just are educating others. And so many people think about gay, lesbian, bi, or transgender, but there's so much more to it than that. And when we went just recently to New Braunfels, even within our own LGBTQ community, we did this display of all the different flags up on the truck. And there's like 34 flags
Wow.
representing everything from, you know, but people just didn't know. Even with our own community, they did not know what the flags were because they only see 5 to 7 flags. So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. It's just steps. It's all education, and um, I'm very proud of who I am. But if the only thing you know about me or Denise that she's trans, or Jess that he's a gay man, if these are the only things that you know about us, then you know so little about who we are as a person.
Yeah.
But we're still very proud of who we are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal the show.
One of my favorite things, all since I was like 16 years old, definitely is, don't judge a book by its cover until you've read the pages inside.
Yeah.
And that is huge in our community, because, believe it or not, I believe within our community, I see more hate than I do from everyone outside the community. And that is definitely something that needs to change.
Yeah. Definitely. I was thinking about it earlier, kind of prepping how to go about asking questions. When I'm Bobby, I don't know if you saw the very beginning, but I did it with Denise. I'm a straight white 50-year-old female. Okay. I know very little, and it's not out of a choice experience. It's just an education. And so I have good questions that I want to ask of Janice. She's got great answers. I mean, she is prepared. She knew, everything she wanted to say, and I appreciate that so much. And so I want to encourage everyone that if you see, Bobby truck, you can't miss it, okay? But up and say hi if you meet one that you're not sure, go up and don't stand back and snicker and laugh like Denise was just, go up and ask. Be 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 smart about your ignorance, realize that you are and that it's okay to ask.
Yeah, these are things that we were taught when we was in kindergarten. There's no wrong question. If you're curious
Correct.
about something, you can ask about these things because it's only educating yourself. So somewhere along the way, I don't know why we lost that train of thought that if I don't know something, instead of being uncomfortable with something that I don't understand or hating on something, um, lead with love, lead with
Yeah.
questions, and educate yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anyone to educate and talk and just be open. I will answer anybody's questions, and pretty much as personal as people want to get, I will talk to you about it just because people are inquisitive and they do like to know things. And I'm not trying to get beyond PG-13, but I'm just saying that I'm an open book. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it goes back to this, like I've had a lot of, in my life, the gay guy is always the straight girl's best friend,
Yep.
and so they're the ones that they run to about questions. And, so it's like, just educate, I don't know where we forgot that along the way, but, it's just a relationship. It's just love. We're providing for our families like everybody else. We're just like you. Just love someone of the same sex, or may do something a little bit different, but it's no different. We're still pulling the same loads, talking to the same brokers, doing
Yep.
the same dispatch, dealing with dispatchers, threatening to drive my truck through the station, things like that.
I love
But
We're shopping in the same stores that you're shopping in. Everything.
Yep.
we
Yep.
have bad days too. It's just no different. It really
Of
isn't.
course.
So you want to talk to somebody? Message me on Facebook. I'll answer whatever it is. It's that simple.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're going to the commercial break, and I'm just and a big thank you for both of you coming on. All right. And I want to bring back Bobby, and I have one final question. So we'll be right back.
Walk with me a moment while I introduce you to myself, my husband, and our trucking fur babies. Here on Trucking Life and our public page, Livin' Lovin' Truckin', you'll find us, Johnny and Brooklyn, aka Team Rogers, as well as our doggies, Jack and Brutus. We use our platform pages to show the world our life as team truck drivers who haul freight with our truck and a step deck trailer all around the lower 48 of the United States. As you follow our adventures, you'll get to know us on a very personal level. You'll see the lifestyle of a truck driver and the daily grind that we go through, including the beautiful scenery, the sunsets, the sunrises, the loading, the unloading, the ups, the downs, and all the in-between. You'll share in our emotions as we work, we laugh, we play, we live, we love, and we truck up and down these interstates. You'll ride with us as we make new friends and we make new memories. as we educate the public on interacting with semis on the road. You'll see that over-the-road trucking is an all-encompassing and often misunderstood lifestyle. We welcome you to join us on our adventures. Come be a part of our growing online family of followers. Together, Johnny and I will share with you how commodities are moved from creation to consumer, and why the world depends on those of us who have chosen to move freight for a living. We are truckers. We are humans. We have families. Friends, and friends we call family. So come chat with us as we work to show the world how it all gets moved from here to there. Team Rogers, forever livin', lovin', and truckin' through this trucking life.
All right. All right. Welcome back. And all right, Bobby. So my final question to you is, do you think that we will see in our lifetime, and I'm 50 years old, so, I'm over halfway there. Okay. Do you ever think that we will see a time when it no longer matters who you love? You just love who you love, and it'll never be judged.
Um, I want to say yes. I really wish that was the case, but I'm very much a realist on things, and um, I don't feel that. I don't feel it'll ever happen. I don't think. I think it's in our human nature. Um, a lot of times, I try not to judge others. I try not to, but we still always do it. We,
Of
we
course.
may say a comment and we may say things, and we may not even know it. Maybe our culture, maybe the area where we were born and raised in, and it's something that is, um, it's something that is, just we may not even think of it as being derogatory. But I want to say yes. I would love to see that in my lifetime, but I honestly feel that no. I feel that even, and the reason I say that is even in, if you want to get straight relationship, gay relationship, and you want to, even in what society has accepted as a straight relationship, my friends who are straight are judged by their choices of who they choose to be with. They're judged by what they do, what house they buy, what car they do, what they do on the road. There's so much judgment and so much hate that um, I never feel that that'll happen. I never feel that, and that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But I wish that people would just, as drivers would say, stay in your own lane
Yep.
and mind your own business. But I have also learned a lot of the time the first person that says stay in your own lane is the first person judging you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I respectfully wish that that would happen. If people would stay in their lane and just be happy for you. There's so many people out there, so much jealousy, and that's the part I hate so much. Instead of someone saying, "I'm happy that you're no longer single," and that you found
Yeah.
someone that loves you and respects you. I don't care what their gender is. I don't care who they are, what color of skin they are. None of that. None of that matters to me. No orientation, any of that. Um, you should be happy for the people that found love. Because some people go through their whole life pushing love away.
Yeah. Because they're afraid.
So, like, I wish that that was a thing that would happen, but I don't feel it will ever happen. It's our human nature to judge things, and it's just a society's label that they put on us, and there's all these labels of being thin and skinny, or you're too fat, or you're too gay, or you're not gay enough. Believe it or
Yeah.
not, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Or it I know it sounds silly, but so it's in our natural behavior to judge others, but if we could just start being happy for others, I think it would be a great start. Just be happy that that person found a relationship. Just be happy that that person got their new car. Or we work so hard out here on the road. People don't
Yeah.
realize, regular jobs. I remember when I did a regular job and it was 40 hours a week, and I thought 40 hours a week was hard. But then, I did nursing and I would work 16-hour shifts, and I did that for like 16 years, and I loved it. But there's something about trucking on the road. My dad was a trucker. Ricky's dad was a truck driver. They both had trucking companies. We grew up around it, but um, you work so hard out here, for people to just pick each other apart. That's what I hate the worst.
Yeah.
So I think that we should just be, I know that sounds a little, got off a little bit stray on that, but at the same time, it all goes together because,
It
like, we should just be happy for each other, and let love lead the way. Love one another. Love sister and brother. Love, that's what we're supposed to do. And yes, I know I'm getting a little religious, but guess what? The gay man actually does believe in religion, and people
Yeah.
don't understand that either. Well, how can I believe in God? Well, I do. I believe in God. I believe in religion. I believe in politics. I believe in everything that you believe in. And
Yep.
I judge people too. I have my weaknesses. I'm not perfect. I may say something, and then I'd be like, did I just say that? I should not be saying that. But we do it. It is human nature.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's human nature, and you judge what you don't know. And I said it at the beginning with my segment with Denise, and I'll say it again. Ignorance is a choice. You
Right.
choose to continue to be ignorant. Um, Uneducated is different. You can seek out answers, you can ask questions, you can Google, you can do
Pick up
everything
a
to
book. Old
try.
school. Just pick up a book.
Yes, exactly. There you go. You can try to get the answers that you're unsure of, but if you choose to continue to be ignorant, that's a choice.
Yep.
End of story. So I thank you so very much, like I said, for rallying the troops around. They
Well,
did.
I was like, I'm not going to leave her, and I had no signal. You know how that goes on the road, and I thought I was fine. Um, but I just appreciate, I want to thank you and thank everybody for just having us, opening your hearts and opening your minds to just listen to us and talk to us and network with us. Um, Anybody wants to come hang out with us anytime. We try to do different events to just, see everybody, talk to everybody, and so, um, yeah, I'm just a driver on the road, just like you.
Well, Pride Month, in my opinion, is just a month, but I think Pride goes all year round. So I really think that. We had a chat going about the show last Sunday, and I wanted to make sure that you had the floor to say anything that was on your mind. So, was there anything that you didn't get out or that you thought of afterwards that you wanted to say?
You know, um, we've been doing so many really cool things with what we're doing right now, and with the organization, and I've just enjoyed the feedback from drivers. A lot of people instantly think that it's going to be negative, or a lot of people worry about my safety, driving the truck and the different things that is said in comments. A lot of it's keyboard warrior stuff,
Oh yeah.
and when I'm out on the road, I get so many more people with thumbs up and walking up and just saying thank you, because they were having a bad day and hiding who they were. And we all have those days where just trucking just overwhelms you. And they just walk up to the truck, they'll shake your hand, they'll say thank you. And that's what the organization is all about. It is not just because we are LGBTQ plus truck driver network. It is not about just being LGBTQ. It represents everyone in every facet, of life or anywhere you're at. And the vetted program we do that just because we try to find safe and valuable resources for drivers to feel comfortable when being hired and going through the hiring process. The driver memorial program that we're doing to give back to drivers, yes, it is sponsored by our group, which is LGBTQ, but it honors everybody, straight, gay, it doesn't matter. We're just recognizing families that have lost a loved one when out here on the road. And so I look past sometimes all the LGBTQ. I know I'm such an activist for it, but at the same time, I look at the driver, the family, and that's what all this is about. All of this is about being a family on the road. I am the driver that will stop and help someone on the side of the road, and I am a driver that will stop and help a fellow driver. I don't even think about the fact that I'm gay when I'm doing that type of stuff. It has nothing to do. That's just me and my heart on who I am, and that's what we're trying to do. We're just leading with our hearts and leading with love, and that's it. That's what we all should do in life. We should all try to do that just to make ourselves better people. If you have a strong opinion, you know what? I'm going to respect that opinion, and I'm going to be like, you're entitled to your belief. This is what makes us American. This is what makes us who we are. This is, you know, you are, and I'm not going to try to change it.
Yeah.
But I'll try to be your friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll try to be your friend. So, I guess my last message I would say to everybody right now is just lead with love. Think about things. It's hard enough on the road just as drivers, everything we deal with. Pride is in your heart. Pride is everything. Pride is not just for LGBTQ. I don't know why straight people don't have more pride for who the straight people are, gay people, whatever you are. Doesn't matter. Just be proud of who you are. Proud is not just for LGBTQ. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
It's for everyone. Just be proud. You may not understand the rainbows, the colors. And you should just be happy that you don't have to understand.
Yeah.
Just be proud of you. You fight every day. We all do. We get up every morning and we look at that mirror and you're like, Lord, what am I doing with this face today? So just be you. Be proud.
Yes. And I love that. I love that. I love that as your final message. So I hope, honestly, that this is not the last that we see of Bobby and Ricky and your group. I really hope that, LGBTQ issues aside, we're truckers, and here at Trucking Life, we want your opinion. So I hope this will not be the last that we see of you guys.
Nope, anytime.
Yes, and I appreciate it. I want to say thank you to Denise and thank you to Jess for stepping up. It was really great to talk to you guys, and happy Pride Month, everybody. I love everyone, and we will see you on Sunday. Don't forget Sunday brunch, 11 a.m. Central. And I think this week we are talking about military veterans entering the trucking industry. So that's what we're going to come up and talk about. So you guys be safe. If I see you out on the road, Bobby, you're going to see this weirdo chick in a pink truck pull up and be like, hi.
We're going to get out and going to get a great big hug as it's going to happen. I'm like, okay, come on over here.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys be safe. Everybody have a great night. Be safe out on the road.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You're watching TruckingLife.live. Thank you for being with us today. Please like, follow, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any more great content. We'll see you out on the road.